Hey, boys and girls, welcome back to Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, DK's adventure. In the last episode, we began our grand banana-filled crazy rabbit adventure, meeting the likes of Rabbid Cranky and Donkey Kong in a world that they were trapped within, all because of the events that transpired at the very beginning of our adventure, sending them to a separate dimension, all based off the world of Donkey Kong Country. But because of Goggle/Spawny accidentally zapping the washing machine, the time-traveling washing machine that the Rabbids had ended up bringing with them to the world of Mario, as well as Rabbid Kong, well, it just so happened to kind of alter the events that would happen right after the very first chapter, directly after we beat Rabbid Kong. And, well, let's be honest here, BeepO and Rabbid Peach ended up becoming completely stranded inside the crazy world that is Donkey Kong Country meets Raving Rabbids. And with a new and improved super angry/vengeful Rabbid Kong now on the loose, our journey to hopefully return to our normal world has become much more harder, due to the fact that he's got a massive chunk of the washing machine in his new lair, and without that, we're completely out of luck of ever returning to the Mushroom Kingdom we once called home. So yeah, we definitely have quite a lot to do, and we do need that washing machine if we ever want to return to the Mushroom Kingdom. So, with that being said, honestly, we do have two new partners, and this is actually going to be our team for the entirety of the adventure, because we can actually see our team like we did with the other game when it came to, we would see, blanked out things if we weren't able to have different people, but this is actually our full team. So we definitely need to learn how to play Donkey Kong and Rabbid Kong. Thankfully, we do have a returning, which is Rabbid Peach, which is a character we should obviously know how to play because Rabbid Peach and Luigi were our main characters other than Mario that we used for a lot of our adventure. So thankfully we have at least one we know how to use. But the thing is, we do have two new characters, and because I did forget to read this in the last one, I want to read these real quick. Rabbid Cranky or Cranky Kong. Oh, that was kind of cool. I didn't expect Rabbid Peach to mess with Rabbid Cranky during this. But, the irascible Rabbid Cranky may not be as fast as he used to be, but he doesn't need to be when he has a boom bow and short-range barrel bolts, as explosive as his temper. Okay, interesting. Then we also have Donkey Kong. He's the ziggy-crushing, high-jumping, cover-point-lugging, king of the ground-pounding apes, who never backs down when his friends, or his banana supply, are endangered. Which is definitely true, both of which having their own special abilities, but both end up having the hero sight abilities, which is really nice. So the thing is both of the characters between both actually share similarities while also having differences between, not all three characters have the same abilities. Apparently Rabbid Cranky and Rabbid Peach here can both do cleansing jump, but Donkey Kong can't because, he grabs people instead of jumping on them. So, that's also pretty interesting. So, although Rabbid Peach and, Rabbid Cranky don't both have the hero sight, they do have something similar with the cleansing jumps, which is actually kind of interesting, the fact that Rabbid Cranky does have the hero sight. Because the thing is none of the other Rabbids actually have hero sight. They all had special supporting abilities. So Rabbid Cranky is a very specific character, because none of the other characters have that. But with that being said, we now officially begin today's episode. And honestly, looks like we got ourselves some sort of puzzle, but it looks like we can walk off if we really wanted to. But the thing is we have yet to see a relic box with a item inside it that would be, making us so we can at least upgrade our items and stuff like that. Which would be nice if we can get one of those. But it looks like we might have ourselves some kind of puzzle over here. which I'm not really sure what we're doing. Oh, okay. I see it. So we need to find a way to make sure we can go inside this pipe. Okay, that seems a little simple. So all we need to do is make a little bit of a pathway so we can get to the yellow button over here. Now we need to find a way to drop the blue one. Also, what's going on over... Oh, this is our key door for Rabbid Kong's lair. I was wondering where this was pointing us in the last one, at the very end. This gate... Oh wait, no, this is BeepO. This gate requires 2 keys to open. Seems excessive, but remember, we're the tourists here. It's not for us to criticize. True. So we need 2 keys in order to get inside Rabbid Kong's base, as well as some kind of way of pressing down a blue button, which I do not see any nearby. Though that doesn't mean that we don't have any. Okay, there it is, right over here. But the thing is it looks like we need a red button to get to that one. So we need to find red then. And it's right out in the open. Oh, okay. I was thinking it wouldn't be, but apparently it's just, just sitting there. Okay. Seems simple enough. It is the first real puzzle of our adventure, to be completely honest. So it makes sense that it's pretty easy to find. The Tropical Collector. Okay. Oh, okay, so each one of these puzzles is going to light up one of those fires over there. Okay, I think I understand it. Because this is the first real puzzle we've had for this chapter, so it's definitely, learning curve for everything. Because we're learning new characters as well as, learning what kind of puzzles we're really going to be getting in this adventure. So far, obviously we need to go back over here, and then we make our way to the blue puzzle. So far it seems pretty simple. And then obviously we get the treasure chest over here, but we also move the pipes, which now lets us go over to the yellow area. And then from there, we need to make our way to the green. So, simple enough. I'm wondering if we'll find if there's any relics in these, because this is one of my ways of kind of figuring out. But we got a Tropical Smasher. We'll definitely take it. So far, just a bunch of collectibles, which I'm hoping we will get something that's along the along the lines of a relic, because that would definitely come in handy, being able to get relics outside of fights. Because fights and just in general, the mini chapters are seemingly the only way of getting those. So I'm hoping, we do get a little bit of something when it comes to these relics. But we did get okay, I did not know we had the little pictures, show Shipwreck Cove. I'm guessing that's our starting area, which would make a lot of sense to me. But so far, so good, honestly. Just in general, for what we're doing here. Okay, so let's see here. I think the thing below us pushes, I think. So we want to push this to the right. And then, obviously, we want to grab all these bananas real quick, because this is our currency. And then we should press the green button over here to push it on to the little bit over. And that should make it so we can hit down this purple button over here. And so far, so good. And there we go. We got another one of our little treasure chests. And this should open the big one in the middle. But Tropical Ziggy. But so far, haven't seen any relics, which is kind of confusing, because you'd think we would find one by now. Just because, it seemed like power orbs were pretty prevalent in the previous areas. But we did get a different type of, okay, so we can get relics. But it looks like you have to do a little bit more, or power runes, but honestly, Relicore Power Rune would definitely make sense. So it looks like you do have to do bigger problems in order to get the power runes, unlike the power orbs where you just randomly find them. Okay, good to know. But there we go, we got our first power rune from a treasure chest, which is very good, because now we can actually spend our skill tree a little bit before we get into our next battle. I'm thinking of definitely grabbing this Ear Uprooter ability, which allows Donkey Kong to rip enemies out of the ground and be able to throw them. And because we can throw them out of bounds, I feel like that's going to be a lot of damage if we do it right. So I'm going to say we definitely want to grab that. Other than that, I'm not really sure what I really want to do with Donkey Kong. I think maybe increasing his cell range would be pretty good. But at the same time, I'm thinking enemy throw damage would be better. So saving for that might be coming a little bit more handy, just in general, but you never honestly know. But for Rabbid Peach, though, that's definitely a good question. Just because of the fact of, in general, well, Rabbid Peach is definitely a very specific character on how I'd like to build her. And one, I would like to maybe, get the cooldown for healing. But the thing is her dash damage was really, really good because of the multi-dashes. So I might actually grab this 50 damage for dashing, just because she's the only one that's going to be really doing dash damage other than Donkey Kong when he throws enemies out of bounds. For Cranky, I'm thinking grabbing his main ability here might be smart. Or he can actually increase his damage when he does it. That could be smart. That could be really smart. Actually, yeah, that is actually a good question. I kinda like the idea of him doing more damage, just because of his weapon's a little bit different. Since I'm not really used to his weapon, because we didn't really use the shotguns in the original game. So, it might be smarter to get the free damage. Just in general. Okay, I think we're good other than this pipe over here. We'll just see where this leads real quick. Looks like just a couple little free bananas. Just a little random area. We'll definitely take some, because they'll come in handy for sure. Thing is that's how useful are the bananas going to be in the end is the real question. Like, are we going to be starving on bananas, or are we not? That's actually a real question. But let's see what's going on with this poor burnt rabbit here. The lesson here is to never lie out under a giant magnifying glass, unless you already have a good base time. Fair, but it looks like he put himself in some cooking oil based on the fact that that's an egg on that bottle there. So, poor rabbit accidentally cooked himself a little too much. Oops. Poor little dude. Burned himself like some ants. And actually, I just thought of something. We didn't actually get our weapons, because our weapons are a little bit different in this one. Honestly, I'm kind of liking the vampire damage on Rabbid Cranky, to be honest. So, Guano Guardian, fertilize plants for victory with the phosphates fueled pest repellents. Just wash your hands after, so you don't get salmonella poisoning. Oh, I just realized. Okay then. Interesting. So it's literally a bat gun, but okay then. Interesting on that. And we only have enough for 2 upgrades. I'm gonna say... I don't know if we should upgrade our sentry right away. Maybe upgrading our guns would be good, so everything for our basic guns would be probably the smartest thing. So probably gonna say honey damage would be the best here. Hostile fossil, blaster. Get battered to the bone with a calcified hand cannon made from the fossilized bones of the most pernicious petrified predators on land or sea. And these give us a bonus to smashers too, so that'll definitely come in handy. Other than that, we have one more that we can purchase here. We already did Donkey Kong's main weapon, so we can either do Cranky or Donkey Kong when it comes to the last one here. Thing is Cranky does a little less damage, for what I understand. So maybe giving him an extra edge here might be smarter. And ink damage could come in handy, honestly, but this is area of effect vamp. So, I don't know how much HP we're going to be losing. So, I guess we'll do the ink, just to try it out. We never actually tried ink before. The cow goes boom, barrel bolts. Rabbid Cranky's favorite childhood toy, the others being a hoop and a stick, and a gray crayon. Okay, so it's got ink, which will make it so they can't attack us, if we get the chance. And because of hoppers being the way they are, this might actually be pretty nice. Because they like to, jump pretty far, so they can definitely catch us off guard. I think we're officially ready, though. So, destroy bad bananas. Okay, so we have a whole new battle type here. Interesting. Bond Bananas. They may sound like an indie band, but it's actually the source of Rabbid Kong's newfound powers. Okay, so we want to get rid of those bananas, which came from the fact that the washing machine ended up dropping right inside their water supply, which ended up being where their bananas are. So, the bananas ended up turning, yeah, definitely different. That's for sure, but superpowered bananas are definitely not good for us whatsoever, because, well, let's be honest here, seeing what Rabbid Kong did after eating one of those, did not make things good for us, that's for sure. Being able to make shockwaves just by punching is not a good thing for us whatsoever. Rabbid Kong has minions stockpiling them for him everywhere. We have no choice but to destroy the bad bananas on sight. Yeah, true there, BeepO. True there indeed. So it looks like we got 3 different areas. And how much damage do we have to do to those? Because, okay, 150, destroy enemy supplies. Okay. Simple. And it looks like we do have the hoppers now appearing now. So let's definitely double check them. So tropical hoppers, 110 HP. They do get their shield still. And it seems like they have a double jump for Vamp. Okay then. I'm not exactly sure if that's a ground pound, or if they're going to bounce off my head to get Vamp damage in. I'm not too sure on that one. Okay, well, seems like we should be fine. I think. But let's see here. So first is figuring out where we want to move and how we want to do this. Well, we can go in here with Rabbid Peach. Rabbid Peach really can't go anywhere, though, at the current moment. But Donkey Kong could, you know, grab and run if he really wanted to try it. Or he can do something like this, which could be interesting. Or actually, we could throw Rabbid Cranky over on this side. Yeah, I don't see why not. Let's hope that our ability goes off. Because I'm thinking, as long as we, like, kind of jump over them, we do it. Let's try it. I hope it does work like this. Because it seems like, okay, so Grump Jump doesn't exactly work like I thought it did. But we do get high ground bonus here. And although we don't 100% knock him out with that, it's still a decent amount of damage, nonetheless. So we should probably just go for the damage in general. Which I'm definitely going to try. There's no reason not to. Because as long as, you know, Donkey Kong decides to grab him, and let's say we want to go over here, we toss him at... Can I toss him at him? Yes, I can. Okay, we can do free extra damage. I did not know we could do that. So that's cool. So it's like hopping on an enemy. Okay. Interesting. I like it. I really like it. Okay, so far we got a decent amount of damage onto 2 of the enemies so far. I'm guessing what we can do here is maybe do Hairy Eye, because the thing is that guy's gonna go flying anyways, as long as we use this weapon. And he didn't actually go flying. I'm surprised about that one. Okay. Well, I'm very surprised it didn't work the way I thought it would. But we can still move over here anyways. So Rabbid Peach is definitely gonna want to make her way over here, because then we can get closer to that bad banana. And actually, our hostile fossil does not give us enough damage as I thought it was going to be giving us, actually. Okay, well, that's a little unfortunate. We could go damage, or we can just go straight into hitting it. This guy, it's literally 50-50 here. It really depends, or we could just get a crit and knock him out. That ends up working. Cool. I'll take that, actually. Other than that, where's the rest of our enemies? It's literally just one guy. Okay. So we just need to worry about him, and then whoever ends up wanting to spawn later. I guess we can set up Stink Eye for the Hopper, because then we can break his shield if he decides to shield up. And I think we're good here. So let's see what he ends up doing. Because he's definitely, yeah, I thought so. So it's good we set up the Stink Eye, because then we just get rid of the shield early. Unfortunate we don't get the shield, but it's better than, you know, worrying about it. And although we did lose our little bit of a shield there from the item. It's a little unfortunate, but actually, it's not the worst thing that could have happened to us. Let's see here. Go for high ground bonus on him. Or, trying to think how I want to do this. Can I grab this honey block and then drop it at this thing? I'm wondering if that's a thing. It would be cool if I can. Oh, I can. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to grab this honey block and use this as a little bit of extra damage to this. And I'm going to hope that this helps us do a little bit more damage. Because we definitely need to start breaking these bad bananas before, just in general, we don't do it in time. Because I don't know how fast we have to actually do these. And actually our weapon does the exact same. I just realized that one. I guess we just hit it with this. Oh, we got a crit. Okay, I'll definitely take a crit. Other than that, I think we start moving Rabbid Peach down to the lower levels here. Do we want her to go through? Yeah, I think so. I think what we want to do is maybe get as close as possible to this pipe over here. Just in case. You never know. Other than that, it's definitely up to choice here when it comes to damage. It definitely looks like maybe going for this Cow Goes Boom, though. And because he is a hopper, it does extra chance of... Well, it didn't really ink him. But not the worst thing, honestly. Still did some decent damage. Other than that, I'm guessing what we could do is maybe put him to sleep. But we'll have to be closer to him to actually be able to use it perfectly. And it looks like we're still quite far away from the other batch of bananas. So that may not be the worst possible outcome, actually. So yeah, let's move on down to the lower level here and put him to sleep with the long story ability. I'm starting to understand these characters for sure. There's definitely a learning curve that's going to be taking place here. But as long as we do this right, we'll understand what we're doing over time. So I definitely think we'll definitely get there eventually. I'm going to say probably throw a banana here, and then maybe grab a block and start bringing it with us. I think that's definitely worth a shot here. Because what we can do is obviously jump over to the other side. And I'm going to say maybe what we can do. Can I move here and then... Yeah, I can get rid of him. That may be a better idea here, actually. Because then we can start forcing more damage on the rest. Or actually, wait a minute. I think Rabbid Peach actually can dash into him. No, she can't. Okay, well, that answers that question. I was wondering if we could do a little bit more damage here, but it doesn't look like we can. I was hoping we could get rid of him as well as a little bit extra damage on the little bananas there, but it doesn't look like we're doing that at all. So I'm gonna guess what we should do, then, is maybe move here so we're out of range of anything that decides to come this way. Because then we can just, honestly, go for the little bit of a fireball here and see what ends up happening here with this turn. Because getting rid of the hopper is top priority, I think. Just so we don't have to worry about him later. Because it seems like these do some decent damage, just in general. And we also got rid of the cover there, too. Which may be a good thing for us. We're not really sure yet, but I guess we'll find out, honestly. Other than that... Well, it looks like this block's about to break, but that looks like a smasher based on the little headpiece. So we only really need to worry about the hopper over here. So I think we should be able to move over here safely. Other than that, really depends on how this next turn really goes, what we want to do next. But let's definitely start blasting away at these bad bananas and breaking them before anything really bad happens. Not really liking the damage we do at the current moment, but maybe we can take advantage here and maybe do our ability. Okay, here we go. So we can do it, it's just we gotta do it a certain way. Okay, interesting. Okay, so we definitely want to jump here, I think. I'm starting to understand Cranky Kong's ability. You have to kind of be in range for it to work. And as long as you're, like, right on top of the thing, you do a lot more damage. which definitely comes in handy, definitely, once you start understanding what you're doing. Okay. It's very interesting. It's a lot of, extra planning, though, just because, you know, I'm not used to the weapons that are short range. But it's definitely interesting, though, to kind of get an idea of everything. But it looks like everything's starting to spawn next to the other Bad Batch bananas, because they know we're pretty much done here on this side. We do have the chance of 95% chance of... Or is that... Yeah, I think that's 95% chance on Smashers. So it's definitely worth just blasting you. So, you know what? We're definitely doing that. So, sorry buddy, but you're definitely getting blasted. I do not need Smasher deciding to, you know, run over here like a madman. We'll definitely be honest there. And what we can do... I can jump on top of him and maybe get some freebies here, which may actually be worth it. Trying to think. We can't really get behind cover, though, because of the hopper there. But we still can do a decent amount of damage, nonetheless. And we also freeze him, too, which may actually come in handy. Let's see here. Can't really go for you, but I might be able to break your shield here. And we did get the vampire damage in, too. So no matter what, we're going to be starting to lifesteal off of him, which can definitely come in handy as long as we do it right. Other than that, I'm going to say let's grab this. Can't really do much with it, though. We could maybe... How far can we throw this, actually? That's one thing we should really figure out. Not very far, okay. So we need to be kind of in range. Can I do it from, like, down here? It looks like I can. And then we can break this, which may come in handy. As long as we get rid of the bananas, I think we'll be fine. Because I feel like we're still good on turn limit at the current moments. Other than that, we can pull him in, or we could just do straight up damage. I think straight up damage might be smarter. Plus we have a good chance of... We didn't get a crit on him, which is unfortunate. But it's still not the worst thing. Or, actually, wait a minute. I can't really pull him in. I'm one off. Could if I could, but I can't. Little unfortunate there. But at least we, you know, tried to. Other than that, maybe I can jump off of Cranky Kong here. And maybe do something with that, but I don't think we'll be able to do much. We can get right on top of him, though. Which really doesn't do anything because we don't have any jumping abilities. Which is a little unfortunate, but it's not the worst possible outcome. I'm going to say probably getting as close to this area for Cranky Kong might come in more handy for us. Which, you never know. Could be good, could be bad. It really depends on how this next turn really works. And Donkey Kong really can't do anything with his little magnet ability there. But he can definitely take advantage as long as he does this right. And thanks to our shield, we don't have to worry about him damaging us. Plus he's vamped too, and he has no way of getting rid of it, unless he gets a cleansing jump from his... Okay, well, thanks for the random bounce there. That doesn't really affect me though, because we have the ability to dandelion jump off those DK jump areas. So that might have been the worst possible thing for you, to be completely honest. Because you just kind of gave me a freebie. Because I could do this, and then we can grab this, and then we can jump on over. Actually, wait, no. You know what? Don't do that. Jump over, grab him, go back here, maybe? And then we can throw this guy completely out of bounds. But let's do the hairy eye, though, first, before we do that. Because I think as long as he's bouncing in the air, I think we get the bonus. So, you know what? It's worth it, honestly. So let's definitely grab this guy and throw him out of bounds, because this is definitely going to be pretty funny. If it works in the way that I hope it does. Because I feel like I should get the bonus for this. Let's see here. And it does indeed give it to us. Interesting. So he's completely out of the map entirely, because there's no way he survives that, right? He survived with barely any HP. Now that's very interesting. But we also can bounce him off of him with the banana ring, to still do a little bit of damage to the bad bananas. Interesting. I'm liking the combo potential here. I'm really liking it. Okay, other than that, I'm going to say Cranky Kong. Maybe we could do something like this. How much damage does this actually do, though? It says 40, it looks like. And how much does our bow do? Because I think we can actually take full advantage of our movement here. Although we do a little bit of damage to Donkey Kong, this may actually be smarter to do it this way. Because it's only really requiring of us to actually break these bananas. And we have a good chance of breaking it. I'm going to see if we can maybe get rid of an enemy, though, real quick. Just so we get a little bit extra bananas before we, leave this area. Because the extra currency could come in handy. You never know. But we can't really deal with the other hopper at the current moment. Actually, it might be safer to save, actually. Because then we for sure get rid of it. You know what? We're going to do it that way, actually. We're going to try with Cranky. Cranky ended up critting. And we are indeed done with the next level. Not bad. Pretty interesting mechanics. I'm really liking the combo potential, though, off of this team. And we did it out of 5 of 8, which is pretty good. Although a little bit more than half. I'll definitely take the, learning potential that we just got from that. Because that was very interesting to see. So throwing gives us the ability of using our hero sites. Which I was not really planning for. Because I was thinking it could work, and it does work. So that's very interesting to see, just because of the idea of it. Also, is this supposed to be based off the freezer boss? That's kind of interesting. Huh. Because, what do you call it? That was for the second chapter. That's kind of interesting, because Rabbid Kong, and then the freezer boss, but the thing is this supposed... From what I understand, takes place right after Chapter 1. So that's interesting to see, a statue to the Freezer boss here. Because that's definitely him, based on the face and everything. Interesting. But for some reason, BeepO doesn't say anything about it. Kind of weird that he doesn't. Just because of, the idea of that being a possibility of, a small Easter egg to him. Okay, so for this, there's definitely a puzzle here. Okay. Well, let's see. I think I see it. We push this through, push this over, and then we just push this on through, and just like that, we solve ourselves another puzzle, as well as get a little bit of a sound cue there for completing it. The Goon Promenade. Okay, a little bit of music. I'll take it. Sadly, not a relic, but honestly. Relics are relics, and if we can get them, we'll definitely take them. But so far, so good though, just in general, from everything we've done. It looks like... Oh, hello. Okay, so that's one of those puzzle pieces that's been kind of just sitting there. I don't know what that does for us, but I'll definitely take them. They kind of remind me of Banjo-Kazooie. That's a game I never actually got to play. It's always been something I've wanted to play just in general, but I never actually got to play Banjo-Kazooie. I think I played maybe, the first, little area back in the day, but I never actually played Banjo-Kazooie, but I do know about all the little puzzle pieces and stuff like that. Also, this poor rabbit's knocking himself like he's, honestly, the little bag is actually punching him like it's Mike Tyson, but still, poor little rabbit's not having a good time with that. Let's see. Boy, he's got a long way to go before his big fight. He could really use a training montage right about now. Yeah, he definitely could use a Rocky montage, that's for sure. Poor dude. Or at least a Cinderella story, too. That could also help him out. But, honestly, because we did get the rune, we should have 2 on... Yeah, we do have 2 on Donkey Kong. Let's increase his throw damage. I definitely see that being something we should definitely do. And then maybe increasing the dash amount for Rabbid Peach might be smart here. Other than that, I'm liking the idea of maybe increasing the jump range. But the Grump... Okay, well, that needs 3, though. So, Yeah, Grump Jump range might be smart. I think I like that. I think I really do like that. It's not bad. It's definitely going to come in handy. Once we get the kind of idea of everything, we'll definitely have a little bit better ideas on how to deal with things. But so far, so good. And here we are, already into Area 5 of World 1, which is kind of crazy to think about, honestly. But it's a reach area level. And these levels are definitely easier said than done. Especially with the fact that we don't have much range for running. We could throw people with Donkey Kong, though. So there is an idea, but... Looks like we're in the middle of a honeybird bombing run. Honeybird bombing run, you say? Okay, that doesn't sound good. See that shelter? We can reach it. We'll be safe from their sweet and sticky salvo. Let's spread out to avoid becoming a honey-drizzled hero cluster. Also, help each other, to keep everyone honey-free. Well, we don't have cleansing jump, so that would be really good for this, I think. Uh-oh. That's a little unfortunate. Okay, so let's see here. How far do we actually have to go? It looks quite far, actually. Okay. So this is definitely at least more than 6 turns required. Okay. Good to know. It looks like mostly Ziggies, and then a hopper here, and a hopper here. Okay. Don't see any Smashers, so we're still good. Because Smashers can be really dangerous, based on what we saw with Bowser Jr.'s Chaos Volcano. But as long as we play things safe, we should be fine. Donkey Kong definitely wants to be up in this upper area, though, based on how we understand these. What can I really do with, Wait a minute. Wait, oh, okay, so... Rabbid Peach and Rabbid Cranky want to be making their way down here. Okay, so it looks like Rabbid Peach should be the one to kind of help out Rabbid Kong here. Or Rabbid Cranky. I could just call him Cranky Kong, that would be the easier way to say it. But honestly, it's definitely going to be kind of interesting here how we deal with this. I could... Actually, wait a minute, I could break his push block and push him out of bounds. But that really doesn't help me, though, at the same time. We could drop this at this guy and kind of mess with him. But I'm not really sure if we need to be dealing with him. Because what my plan is I want to go through here, jump on over, and maybe, yep, we can get the above ground bonus here. And that might actually be smarter. I might like that, actually. Can I maybe jump on top of him? No, I can't. I can get pretty close, though. I definitely can. That doesn't really help me, though. Being on this cover might, but I think the closer we are, the more damage we do. So, probably this might be our best possible outcome, because we can easily get rid of him, which may honestly be our smartest option here. We do maybe have the chance of getting attacked, but that doesn't mean that we're in a bad situation. So let's definitely go for Stink Eye here, to get a nice little view of everything. I'm thinking maybe grabbing this guy and kind of trying to throw him out of bounds might be smart. Don't know if it's going to really work for us, but we'll definitely try. Looks like he's kind of wanting to bounce a little bit weird, though. Well, let's go Hairy Eye just in case if he ends up surviving, because I feel like he might be bouncing in a way that I don't want him to be bouncing. Because it looks like he's rebouncing into the map, from what I see. So hopefully what we do here, or you can actually drop him right on top of this, which may actually be smarter, but it looks like we do more damage by dropping this on top of him. But interesting that you can throw it on the blocks too, though. So there's a lot of potential here for what we can do. Oh, and also... Okay, now that's very interesting. I was not expecting it to work like that. Okay. Interesting. So the banana ring will still bounce off of enemies that are flying like that. That's pretty cool. We'll definitely get rid of you, though, just to make sure you're gone. Because I do not need you to catch me off guard here, buddy. And we can also get rid of you. Thing is... What the heck? How the heck does that get over there? Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Oh, that pipe goes over there. Okay, that's interesting. I was not expecting that to move that way, but apparently it does. Okay then, that's interesting. Okay, so we have a very small chance of getting rid of him. We do have the 40% chance of critting. So this might actually get him. Let's try it. Nope, we didn't get the lucky. Okay, well that's a little unfortunate. He's still up. But we don't really need our shield right now. So I'm going to say we just end turn and see what happens. Interesting though. Oh, here comes... Oh, wait a minute. I didn't realize where I was sitting with Rabbid Peach. Oops. Well, we just honeyed ourselves on accident. Not the best thing, but maybe that won't affect her too much. I'm hoping it doesn't. Because it is... I didn't realize that's where we were standing there. Which is really unfortunate, because I was not really thinking of that being what it is. Oops. Can be bad. Can definitely be bad, and Rabbid Cranky's not in the best position at the current moments. But that doesn't mean that we're, done for or anything. It just means that I was not really thinking when it came to where she's standing. Okay, well, I'm definitely thinking we blast him and just get rid of him. Or we could put him to sleep, which may also be an idea. Might be a smarter idea, actually. You know what? Just so we don't get hit by anything, and we don't have to do anything weird when it comes to how these abilities work. Because the thing is, as long as we can dash into him and move Rabbid Cranky, we should be perfectly fine. Thing is where does this pipe take me? Looks like it pushes me up over here. Okay. Well, let's see what Donkey Kong can do here first. Because I want to see what kind of possible ideas we could do here. Not much. We could bounce over this, and I can grab Cranky Kong. Ooh, okay. And then I can toss Cranky Kong, which should force his ability. You know what? I like that, actually. But let's get him into, like, a position, like, here-ish, out of the area of maybe getting hit by the other stuff. And then we can probably do something pretty interesting here. Let's see here. As long as I can kind of... Well, he can see me, which may not be the best thing. So, let's see here. Is there a way to hit him, maybe? Not really. But that doesn't mean that we can't do it. It's just that we gotta do it in a specific way so that it works. But, can't really drop him on top of him, though. Trying to think. I'm trying to find a way that we maybe bounce him on top of this other guy and get rid of him as well. Which this might be the best option here. Or maybe I could do it from here, but the thing is we don't get any bonuses for that. Maybe, can I do it like here-ish? No, okay. Well, there was a couple options here, but not any of them where I can... Oh no, I can hit both of them here. Ooh, you know what, I like that actually. Because then Donkey Kong can take advantage. And it looks like Donkey Kong was the one that actually got hit by the guy. I was trying to make it so Cranky Kong didn't get randomly hit. So that ends up working for us. And we didn't end up hitting Donkey Kong there, I think. So that could be good. Other than that, can I magnet anybody to me? Not really. Unfortunate. But that doesn't mean that we're in a bad situation here. We can maybe get rid of your cover, though. Can't really do it, but we can set in our honey sentry towards you at least. So at least Rabbid Peach can do something here. But let's definitely get rid of you before anything. Because, one, we got the vampire, which was really good. Because then Rabbid Cranky's back to normal, which is very, very good for us. And then maybe Rabbid Cranky can do something over here, maybe. It's out of range of that honey, though, which is good. Not really sure what we can do with Donkey Kong here, but we can actually, try for the banana. But not bad, though. Not bad whatsoever. That was a pretty good turn there. Interesting, what do you call it, though? just in general of everything that we did there, because I did not think that would work. It ended up working. And as long as this guy doesn't move, he might get... Oh, he almost ran into my sentry there. I wish it did, honestly. Okay, we got some more enemies spawning. Our sentry definitely is going to hit him, though. I wish we hit the push sentry, though. Just because the push sentry would come in handy, I think about now. Just because of how everything works in general. But let's see here. How do we do this next turn? It really depends on how I want to mess with these enemies, though. We could move here. We can't really do much with that, but we can definitely get rid of this enemy. Thing is if we move here, we get hit by honey, and we don't have any way of kind of counteracting that, which is a little unfortunate. But being up here might give us a little bit of a bonus when it comes to the idea of what we might want to do here. So, I think what we do is we get Rabbid Peach on out. Find out where Donkey Kong can move. Donkey Kong can move everywhere, okay. So we can move her as far as she could possibly go. And then maybe what we can do is pick her up and maybe help out Donkey Kong and Rabbid Peach at the same time. Before we go any further, let's grab our bananas just so we don't have to go back and pick them up real quick. And it looks like what we can definitely do is grab her and help her get a little bit further. And maybe help her out at the same time. Because she could definitely get pretty far on her own here, as long as she does it right. And there is some Ziggies, what seems to be Ziggies, spawning over here. Nope, they're hoppers. Oh no, one's a Ziggy and one's a hopper. So we're getting closer to where we want to be. Not exactly where we want to be yet. The best possible outcome for Rabbid Peach, though, is shielding and then seeing what we can do here. But at least she's back into position where she's actually able to do stuff again. Because she was in a weird spot before. So, you know, it's better than nothing, honestly. At the current moment, she can't really do much, though, at the current area. I'm saying definitely just go for Rabbid Cranky, make sure he's gone on that side. And then figuring out from there what we want to do next, honestly. Donkey Kong really can't do much there, though. So, I could go for a heal, but I think it's too early for the heal. Let's just go shield and see what happens from there, I think. So, let's end turn. Honey bombs are coming in. I don't know if they always spawn on every single area, but it looks like it's only the back areas at the current moment. So, maybe this turn, the upper honey bomb areas might be kind of going off now. Oh, so they do have the ground pound ability of the Valkyries. I was wondering if that was what that was. And it is. Okay. We need to be very careful around hoppers then. Because Valkyries' abilities were dangerous. And that's basically our Valkyries now. Thankfully, they're not as dangerous as Valkyries, because Valkyries were more dangerous because of the idea of what they did. Because of Gatling guns. But these guys don't have Gatling guns, so we should be much safer. It's just the idea of everything that we need to be worrying about. Okay. Well, we can blow him up and then push him at the same time. That's definitely an option here. Other than that, what can Rabbid Cranky do? Rabbid Cranky could definitely get over here and dash into you. Make his way on over here. That guy's gonna see me, though. I'm gonna say, let's move our turn for you first, I think. So let's definitely send the sentry and get rid of the villain sight, just so we don't have to deal with that. But this should do, yeah, a decent amount of damage, just in general. Okay, not bad at all. Okay, well, what I could do, per se, is we could run through here with double... Ooh, actually, yeah, we can definitely do that. That may be smart, actually. You know what? I might do that. We're gonna see what we can do with you, but I don't think we do enough damage, so it may not be worth it. But I do say, well, let's go for the heal first, just so we can heal up at least Rabbid Peach and Donkey Kong real quick, because I think Cranky Kong should be fine. But I think what we do is we go through here, And I think we can literally just toss Rabbid Peach right into the safety zone, which is honestly the safest option we could do, because it doesn't really require us to get rid of the enemies. It's as long as we get out of the battle as quick as possible for a reach map. So, honestly, might as well take it, right? And honestly, I thought we did that pretty quick, so 4 out of 7 is pretty nice to see. And not bad, honestly, it's still halfway, because 3.5 would be halfway for 7. So, you can't really do it on the enemy's turn, so pretty much halfway, which is not bad. But, another 950 bananas, as well as another rune, which we can definitely take. Not bad at all. Definitely was an interesting map because of all these honey traps, though. So it's good that we were able to dodge and weave against those. Because let's be honest, those were definitely pretty much ready for us if we weren't careful. But so far so good though on everything we've done. And also we got ourselves a whole new area too. Before we go any further though, let's see here. What should we grab next? Because we have another relic. I'm wondering if we save, though. Ooh, 70 damage on throwing. I like that. I really like that, actually. Do I save for that? I think so. I really do think so. 70 damage on Donkey Kong could be really great on that. Just because that ability is, like, really, really nice. I think it's about time we get Cleansing Jump. I did say that we could have really used that in that map, so let's just grab it now, get it on both characters that can possibly have it, and kind of work with that. Donkey Kong could grab an ally that's honeyed, I'm pretty sure, but the thing is it still doesn't help us when it comes to cleansing the honey, because they'll be thrown and then they'll still kind of be stuck. So it kind of is more of an iffy subject when it comes to those enemies and allies. I'm not sure if we buy our secondary yet for Rabbid Peach or not. But we can... You know what? Or just in general for Donkey Kong and Rabbid Peach, just in general. Because I feel like we might be getting ourselves more weapons here in a second. Although we do have 2,000. I guess we'll find out. It does look like, based on the battle, or the washing machine that we do have, we can kind of see how many levels are in the first world. And it looks like there's maybe only 6 in the first world. So, we're almost on the boss of this area, which is kind of interesting. So, you never know. I guess we'll find out soon. But, honestly, let's look around at our general vicinity, just to kind of see what's going on. I hope I'm wrong, but I fear those boats are meant to bring bananas to nearby islands. Maybe. Definitely looks more like a Viking civilization than it does because it kind of reminds me of the Samoan boats from like Moana and stuff like that. But it reminds me more of like a Viking based on how they're designed. But we do have a couple areas we can go here, so let's definitely take a look around. Ooh, puzzle piece. I'll take another one of those. I don't know what those do though, because there's nothing that really kind of says it. The washing machine area and the hub area doesn't really say. And the battle HQ really doesn't say. But I haven't found the collector area, so honestly, maybe that would say it, but the thing is I don't know where that exactly is. And it looks like we do have a rabbit we can look at. Hey, this isn't a vacation. Go build us something useful like a bowling alley. Or a burger joint. Yeah, I don't think that's happening, BeepO. Definitely not happening with the rabbits. Would be cool. Oh, we got ourselves a little hula dancer rabbit over here. Imagine having one of these on your dashboard. I just as soon take the moss. Honestly, that doesn't look too bad, honestly. That would be kind of a cool little souvenir for, like, a Rabbids thing. I'll definitely say that one. We do have 2 areas we can go. We can either go towards the bananas, or we can go over here for some kind of puzzle. Okay. What exactly am I looking at here? It looks like we need to raise blue. Okay. That seems easy. So, raise blue then. Oh, that's not a push block. Wait, where's our... Oh, wait a minute. We only have 3 of them, though. Unless... Oh, no, here we go. We have the 4th one right here. Nope, that's blocking off green. Wait a minute. Interesting. Well, what we could do here is let's push this over here. Kind of see what's going on over here first. It looks like maybe by... Yeah, okay, so we can raise them if we want. Thing is how does this exactly help us? Yeah, you got me on that one. But I guess we'll find out. Wait a minute. I see an idea here. Ooh, wait a minute. But if I move this, it blocks that again. Well, I'm gonna say let's push this back then. Push this back on purple. What we can do now is maybe move this block over. Move it to the right, push it down on blue. Okay, now we just need something on green. Which, the only way I see of doing that is by... Oh wait, I see an idea. Push this here. Push this up. Push this over. I'm thinking of something that might be able to work here. Okay, hopefully this works. I don't know how much it's gonna work. But I'm gonna see... Okay, well we can raise that block, but I don't really see that helping us. Okay then. Okay, so there's a couple options here we can definitely take. But there's not many good ones, though, that really help us. Because the best option here would be to hit that red block here. Only thing is how do we get to it without messing ourselves up? I think what we do first is maybe mess with this side first. That may be the option here. Just because of how this seems to be working. So maybe push this forward. Yeah, mess with the left side first before you deal with the other side. Makes sense. Definitely makes sense. It's just, I was kind of thinking that wouldn't be what you would want to do. Just because, you know, it seemed like you would want to deal with the right side first there to make the beginning of your pathway, but it seems like you want to just mess with the left side, which didn't make as much sense to me. But we did get ourselves another music disc for banana battles, though. We'll take it. More collectibles than really stuff we can use, but you know what? The puzzles probably won't be a bad thing to do, honestly, just because of everything, because it is a shorter story, so I don't mind actually doing the puzzles if we can do them. Let's see here. Well, there's 2 options. Wait a minute. This is a new area, isn't it? Yep, this is definitely new. These guys weren't here before. We could start a heck of a spoken word poetry slam if they just learn to play a smooth jazz rhythm or two. Maybe. Maybe indeed. But, okay, there's a couple areas we can actually go to. Okay, then, there's quite a lot here. But, I'll definitely take it. What do we do here, though? Okay. Well, we have blue and red, and we have yellow and green. Okay, what we do want to do is definitely get to the other side. Only thing is how do you do that is the real question here. Well, what's the smallest one to do? Red and green. Well, we can easily do red and green over here. So let's definitely do these real quick. Oh, but we have to move this first. Okay. Let's see here. So this won't block me. It shouldn't. But let's definitely get red and green first. So we can easily get this left side button on the back here. Okay, and it looks like we're raising platforms. Okay. So we need to do as many of these as we can first. What's this color? Yellow and blue. Okay, yellow and blue shouldn't be too hard. So, we definitely want to push this over here. And push this over here. And there we go. We got the right, or both the left and the right sides on the back area. Where does this lead, by the way? Just curious, before we go any further, just because I'm kind of curious what this really leads to. It just looks like a nice little spot to look at. Pretty cool looking. But now we need to find a way to get to that one over here. Looks like red and blue Well, red and blue are pretty simple to get to because that is red and blue right there. And all we need to do is press last button, and now just find a way on over. Okay, so yellow and blue, we both need to lower. Well, we're on top of blue. Okay, we need to drop something on yellow, for sure. Because it looks like, yeah, we had to raise that one while lowering the other ones. Kind of interesting, though, that you had to place one in order to move it, while the other ones didn't need to be placed. But Tropical Hopper, definitely grab that and take that with us. Don't know how useful those are going to be to us. Also, what's going on over here? It looks like a shrine to Rabbid Kong. An offering. The locals believe Rabbid Kong will bring them a wealth of bananas if they give him all of their current bananas. I guess that makes sense if you're a rabbit. Huh. Interesting. Good thing we didn't miss that, because that's actually kind of funny. But, let's see here. We have another area over here. Is this where we came from? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, this definitely we didn't come from here. It's likely a signal light of some kind, perhaps to let someone know when a new shipment of bananas is in port. Maybe. Definitely a maybe. Is this a second look, or is this for the other thing? It's definitely for the other thing. Which is where we're actually going. I didn't realize that. Oops. I thought that was something completely different. What's going on up here? Oh, puzzle piece. Also, a big, windy bit of stairs there, too. But interest. Also... Oh, there's two of them. Huh. Is that supposed to be the icicle golem? Or is that supposed to be something, like, new for this chapter of our story? Because it could be a sand golem, I guess. If you really wanted to. You could easily bring it back in a sand variation if they really wanted to. Don't know if they'll do it, but... never know. Okay, so... we didn't go over here. Okay, I was just making sure we were going in places where we haven't gone yet. Also, give me that banana, because we get a little bit extra. But so far, we got a lot of these little puzzle pieces in a quick bit of succession, honestly. Which I'm quite surprised about. Don't know, like I said, I don't know what they do for us. But, you know, they could lead to something good. You never honestly know. And it looks like we did do all our puzzles over here. So we'll make our way a little bit further, I think. And then we'll end off today's episode. I just want to maybe get to our... right before our next level, I think, just in case. Or... oh. Cool. I was not expecting that. I was thinking that was like a challenge area for a second, but I guess there was no way back to get back up. But, that's pretty cool that the little blast barrels from Donkey Kong Country are in here too. I thought it was going to take us somewhere, like, completely new. But it doesn't look like that was the case, sadly. But, no challenge areas like the blue cannons yet, which I'm surprised we haven't seen any of those. Maybe they don't exist in this story. But, it would be kind of cool to see them. But it looks like no on that, though. But let's see here. Another gate to block all progress. I'm starting to hate these things. Another gate, you say? So well, some kind of puzzle to go with it. This gate is guarded by two totems. They look menacing, but I detect they hold the solution to the riddle of this closed gate. Okay. Mouth, eyes, ears. What are these big buttons for? There's one set of them for each totem. Okay. So we need to follow the directions up there, I think. And then match the... okay. Match the, like... the expressions for them. Okay. I can't entirely make out what the symbols on these panels mean. They speak of some kind of balance between what should be done and what shouldn't be done. Okay. Interesting. I'm definitely going to say we'll leave that for the next episode, though. But very interesting, though, nonetheless. Something with a banana over here. Not really sure what this is. But there is a golden barrel over there, so that's definitely worth looking at. But interesting, though. Okay, well, with that being said, we're going to save this for the next one, and I think we might be getting into the first boss in the next episode, too. just because, well, we're done with Area 5 already, so if what I'm thinking is correct, I'll show you guys real quick what I mean. So, we want to go to Atoll, which is apparently what the hub is called here. But if we were to jump back here, and also Rabbid Cranky can jump using, okay, well, I was going to read that, but, oh, that's what the puzzle pieces do. We just found out what they do. Okay, so good thing I didn't, end the episode yet. Finding all these missing puzzle pieces should solve the puzzle, in fact. I'm guessing it'll take us to those little boxes over there, which look a little different, just based on the fact that we have to solve these puzzles. Yeah, they do look a little different. Aren't the other ones don't have like a little bit of a gold tint to them, or am I just seeing things? Okay then. What's exactly going on here, though? It's like kind of just repeating himself. Okay, so solving this puzzle will lead us to the other side, for sure. Just from that alone. But what I mean about the chapter thing is we can actually kind of see the chapters. Unless maybe it gets a little bit bigger later, but it does only show 1/6 here. Be aware that some of the locals can be a bit shy, and that dinner is a formal affair. So, I could be wrong, but the thing is, well, the other areas didn't really say for sure either, to be honest, and you couldn't really teleport to the final area in the other ones, but I don't know if that's going to be the same case here. That's the reason why I'm saying that. I just want to make sure you guys knew what I was talking about. And also, apparently, our museum's over here. We'll take a look at it just to see what we got so far. We got this little shipwreck cove, little cool little things, and then obviously our little 3D models for everything. I thought we might as well check it out real quick while we're over here. I don't normally, show those off in the original series, but might as well, kind of look at everything just because it is a little bit of a smaller story, so we can kind of sit back and chill a little bit more than we did with the Kingdom Battle's original main story, just because there's going to be, a lot less stuff to do. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep being spooky. In the next episode, we will be continuing our journey in Donkey Kong Country Rabbid Adventure, is what we could call it. But the Donkey Kong saga will indeed continue in the next episode, and we might be getting into the boss in the next one. I'm not really sure. I'm just kind of guessing, just based on the little washing machine thing. I could be wrong. You never honestly know. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep being spooky, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out. Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.